Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Stride Gamer here, providing you with a new Anno 1800 episode, and today we're reviewing an exciting mod, a mod that is actually not new, but was very recently updated, so that's why I'm covering it. So if you knew this mod before, you still need to follow this video because there's new things about this mod I'm sure you're gonna be excited about. This mod is called Train Stations and Hotel by Fishboss. Thanks a lot, Fishboss. This is really amazing work. And let's dive right in. First of all, you need to be in the building sorting by progress to see it. At least I haven't seen it in the building sorting by type. If you have seen it there, don't hesitate to put it in the comments below, but I think you need to be here and you need to be in the engineering tab. Why engineering tab? Well, actually, because you actually need engineers to unlock this mod. You actually need 10,000 engineers, if I'm not mistaken. When you do, you unlock this icon here with those 6 elements. If you don't see 6, something is wrong. In particular, you may still have the older version of the mod. If that's the case, obviously check in the description of this video the link to that mod, and you can download the updated version 2.1 if I'm not mistaken. So that will give you those 6 elements. And with that comes a lot of interesting things. The first one is you can start transporting passengers with your train, not just oil like those trains here, but also passengers. So a bit like Transport Fever. It comes with 3 different stations. You can see Central Station 1, Central Station 2, and also the small stations. The way it works is sort of the central stations are creating travelers. As you can see here, for example, 57 travelers out of 1,000, sort of a good in that station. And then from that station, they will go into those small stations. I've put one here, for example. We're going to look at it just now. You can put 3 or 4 small stations linked to one central station, and they will be covered. The Central Station 2 is similar, but just a different visual. So you can see a bigger visual. Just find some space. This island is getting crowded here. Sorry about that. Oops, I pressed the wrong. So you can see it here. What I really like with this building is, there's space for the rail to go inside. It fits nicely. And similarly for that one here, which is the number 1, you can see the rail goes inside into the station. And then the smaller station, looks like this. Similarly with the rail inside. I've stopped it here. You can of course continue it and have another station later if you wish to do so. That's the first element, is you create central station and smaller station to transport passengers, and it's actually, it is doing something. It's transporting them. You can see there's no train right now, but soon the one that's going to be moving either from here or from there. What's interesting is that those trains can also be connected to your harbor, and they can transport also oil. When one comes, I'll show you that you can see the train. Even in the visual of the train, it has both oil and passengers on it. But that's not all. This mod does a lot more than that. It also provides changes to, let's say, the tourism elements by doing 2 things. One is changing the classic hotels like this one. We're going to look at it just now. So this one is the normal one that you can find, in your tourist tab, but it also creates a new type of hotel. Okay, let me show you there. You can see there are some passengers and then some oil. That was a bit far, but you can. This is passenger cards. It actually goes inside. If you saw it, it will now go probably over there. So we'll see it nicely. But yeah, as I was saying, it changes those hotels, but it also creates new hotels like this one. There's a few visuals. I'll let you test them, but it's a new hotel. You can look at it. These are passengers and this is oil. And these are working, you know, it's fully workable hotels, but they only have 250 tourists instead of 500. There's also two other changes. If you know hotels, here it's usually bread. Instead of bread, you need train station. And you can see, you know, the range of that train stations here. So that's, you know, the first change is you need train stations as a need instead of the bread. The second is in the happiness tab. Instead of Dockland, which has disappeared from here, now you have this new one on that side, which is, you know, for the happiness luxury, which is the post office, which I built somewhere. This one, yeah. Provide this service. So it's just a building that provides it. You can see it here. It does need the bus to be in range of the bus here. So that, you know, is a second need that is changed and that you need to provide. Of course, cost a bit of money in maintenance and to build it. And it replaces this Dockland need on the hotels. So that was for these new hotels that is here, but also for these hotels here, you have the same changes with the post office and the train station. And you can see for this one, we are back to 500. But if I click on this one, I only have 250. How is that? You're probably wondering. Is actually by default, these ones will also move down to 250. But if you create one of these investor residence, which is, there's one here. I don't know if I have enough space here. I have enough space here. One of these investor residence, which costs quite a bit of money, and we'll see what it, you know, it's also a normal residence with people. You know, it's not just an ornament. You need to provide things to it. Similar on the happiness side. When you have one of these residences, you can see this circle here and all of these hotels in it, but not that one over here. So every hotel that is inside this will get a bonus, which is this one here, the high wealth. It's a combination basically of investors with the hotels that bring you this, where you have happiness, bonus residence, reduced needs, and those bonus residence is how you go from 250 to 500 basically, which this one doesn't have. So for me, a really interesting mode, you know, I mean, this providing transport for your trains, you know, making the trains, which right now really focus just on oil, that I find that super interesting. You know, you can start having trains in the middle of your city in a lot more realistic way and things like this. So that's pretty cool. On top of that, changing the needs of current buildings, creating new buildings, and in particular, really this, I really like things where you need to mix, you know, different tiers so that they work together. I think this is really powerful. So all in all, an amazing mod, especially because it's not OP. You know, it brings new things. It brings some challenges, some bonuses, but nothing that's OP in my opinion. So yeah, definitely suggest that everybody out there should try it for the beauty builders, but also for your casual player that just want to test something new in the game. Don't hesitate to share in the comments below any thoughts that you may have, if you agree or disagree with anything I said, and hope to see you next time for another mod review. Or also, if you haven't seen, I have started a new live stream Anno series where we are going through the campaign and through all of the DLCs in a casual way, so don't hesitate to check that out to get the best tips and tricks out there. Okay, and as I said, I hope to see you next time.